Okay, sir, all of you, welcome to Azure Data Engineer. So, first of all, try to interact with me, sir. Any idea about data engineering, sir? Already here in our group, a lot of people are from IT. Not a lot, most of people are from IT, that too with SQL background and Hadoop, Spark, such kind of background. Some people are not with that background. It's not at all a problem. So first, you please tell me any idea, like what exactly the work natures of a data engineer. Then we get into the data engineer products, especially into the Azure. Any idea? Please interact with me.
Good morning. Data engineering is like dealing with data, huge data,
Okay.
and making it proper data frame and reloading it to the Hadoop ecosystems or RDBMS systems
Okay.
to get the reports from the cleansing data for the BI users.
Okay.
To perform analytics.
Okay. So mainly here, what you wanted to say is you want to make a provision of data to the BI team, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So small change, everything is correct what you said. Small change, not only for the BI team, business intelligence team, and also for data science team also. Okay. The modeling of BI team, the data models, what the BI team will use, the data models, what the data science team will use is very different. Okay. So in the case of modern data warehousing, two types of people will be basically involving into that. One is the BI team, second one is data science team. So what exactly the purpose of data science and what the BI team will be doing, all these things, we will be discussing everything. See,
what is full form of BI?
Business intelligence.
Okay.
Business intelligence.
Okay.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Let me open Paint.
Can we also say that making available of the data for the downstream systems? It might not be specifically for the BI or probably for the data science, any of the downstream systems.
Yes, you can say that one also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, is this Sriram, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Good morning. I'm one of your, trainees from Hadoop.
Okay. Thank you.
So by listening your voice, I'm just recollecting who this might be Sriram, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, fine. So let's start, and after completion of this discussion,
sir.
we will go ahead. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Does data visualization also comes under BI, like the Tableau and all that stuff?
Correct. So if you talk about business intelligence, there will be different teams will be there. In the case of business intelligence, not only visualization, there are 3 teams will be there. Number 1 is ETL team. Number 2, warehouse management team. That means the data management and modeling team. And finally, the visualization team. So these are the 3 basic key role persons within the business intelligence. So what is ETL?
Yes, one of the two.
One of
Extract, transmission,
extract, transform,
Loading.
and loading. Okay. Extract, transform, and loading. So how exactly the work nature will be here is generally, if any transaction, sir, all of you, please go to mute. Any question you have, you can unmute and you can ask me. Please go for mute. Some noise is coming. So whenever you have question, please unmute and ask me. Suppose if you take one enterprise organization, sir, to capture the transactions of users, we have OLTP servers. OLTP means online transaction processing. That means the end user transactions will be kept into this one. Okay. So generally, to store these things, we have databases. These databases mostly in RDBMS kind of databases. relational database management systems. The popular databases like SQL Server, MySQL, or Oracle, like this. But if you go for a biggest organization, definitely they will be using different multiple database servers to capture the transactions of the end users. So here the question, why they need multiple OLTP servers? Why not single server? Why multiple database servers that they need? Maybe for one application, the database might be Oracle. For other different applications, the database might be even SQL Server. For some application, the database Apache is MySQL. Okay, so it may be DB2, whatever it may be. If you take one organization, definitely organizations are using multiple database servers. So here all end user transactions will be recorded. What are the end user transactions? Suppose I am withdrawing a money or depositing a money or transferring money, whatever it may be. Everything is a transaction. All these transactions will be recorded at these OLTP databases. But here my fundamental question is, why not single database server? Why they are going for multiple database servers at enterprise level or at enterprise scale? Why they need multiple database servers?
Because different application support different databases. So on that basis, they choose the different databases for their enterprise.
Yeah, this is one of the answer. Different application supports different databases. This is the one answer.
Okay.
And one more thing is, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I want to try to answer that because some data are not best stored. For example, some data don't support relational database.
Yes.
So you might need a schemaless database to store some
Yeah.
data.
Yes, exactly. So one thing, different applications are supporting different databases, point number one. And second thing is, think that if all applications are supporting one single database, suppose in your organization, if there are hundreds of applications, if all applications are running under one server, definitely that will be the issue of the performance. Suppose in your server, if hundreds of applications are running, even your server may be hanged out also at some moment. That's why some applications into one database, some other applications are interacting with a different database, like this. Okay, so these are the basic two reasons why they need multiple database servers at enterprise level. But the problem with these OLTP databases is, limited capacity. Suppose you take a popular database, which is Oracle. If your requirement is like this, daily 5 terabyte is the storage. Suppose daily 5 terabyte worth of data is coming into your organization. In that moment, if you keep Oracle as backend, what will be the problem? So Oracle basically cannot store that much of volume and also cannot process that much of huge volume of data. So basically these OLTP systems are having limited capacity. Maybe that is good for less than 10 terabyte of data. Okay, maybe some other databases are good up to 20 terabyte of data. But organizations have already reached multiple terabytes of data, even close to petabytes. Some organizations have crossed petabytes of data also. So that's why in the case of OLTP systems, entire organization history, they cannot keep. Suppose your organization is running for the past 25 years. All 25 years data is not available in these OLTP systems. So for that, you need one more powerful system, which is called as a warehouse system. This term here, you can say it as data warehouse system. So initially, I'm going to talk about only traditional data warehouse. Later, we come to the concept of modern data warehouse. Okay. Most of data warehouses also into RDBMS only, relational database management systems. But here, special databases are required. That means the databases should have high capacity when compared with OLTP databases.
Can you shed, sorry to interrupt, can you shed some light on difference between DB and data warehouse?
So this is the RDBMS here for OLTP RDBMS. But in data warehouse also, that is also RDBMS. But generally here the databases, what we use is not Oracle SQL Server, such kind of things. Here we use is a special databases like Teradata, Netezza, even Vetica. Okay, if it is in case of your Azure, you will be using Azure Synapse.
Snowflake is also data.
Yeah, Snowflake. This is now rocking. Snowflake. Okay.
I guess Hive is also there, right?
Pardon?
Hive is also there, right?
Yeah, Hive. So just let me, but Hive is not coming under this RDBMS category.
No, it's coming under data warehouse, right?
Yeah, it comes under warehouse, but generally these databases, Teradata, Netezza, these are good up to if data volume is less than 200 terabyte of data.
Okay.
If your data volume crossed more than 200 terabyte data, then you have to go with Hadoop kind of systems. Hadoop is as a storage system. Within that Hadoop, Hive is warehouse system.
Yeah.
For processing data, you will be using Spark.
Spark, yeah.
Okay, the old processing technique was like map reduce kind of old techniques are there. Nowadays, latest execution engine is Spark, like this. So everything is depends on your requirement. For example, your entire organization history is less than 10 terabyte. No need to go for even Teradata also. If your entire organization history is less than terabyte, then I can go with Oracle or SQL Server in the place of warehouse. But multi-terabytes of data, which is less than 200 terabyte of data, then I go for the databases like Teradata or Netezza or Azure Synapse or Snowflake, such kind of things. Still, my data volume is greater than that one, greater than 200 terabyte of that one. At the time, I am coming for Hadoop and Spark, such kind of processing systems. Yes, sir, please ask me.
One question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, regarding this, if there is a data warehouse, it depends on how much limited to the limits of the databases, like Teradata and Azure, Snap, Snowflake.
Yes.
On such case, how many terabytes of data they are going to maintain?
So only one thing. Suppose if I go for Teradata, max it gives good performance up to 200 terabyte only. If data volume still crosses that, definitely you will get issue of the performance. That means the processing of the data will become high latency.
Okay.
Understood. So still, even though volume is bigger, you want to process data with a high speed, then you have to come for Hadoop and Spark kind of systems.
Okay.
Okay. After a few minutes, again, I will touch the topic. So here we have for data purpose, we have two separate varieties of systems here. One is OLTP system. Second one is OLAP system. Online analytical process system, simply called as warehouse systems.
When do we decide, like, it is purely based on data limitation? We go with either RDBMS or data warehouse. Like, suppose I want to analyze 10 TB of data. Do we still go with RDBMS or data warehouse?
So point number one, I recommend RDBMS if volume is less, number one. Okay. And second point is what type of variety of data you have. That is important. Whether you have only structured data, go with RDBMS. But in our data, there is a mix of structured, unstructured, semi-structured of data. Then RDBMS cannot process them. At the time, you need powerful weapons to process that data. Understood?
Yeah.
So I have one question.
Still,
please.
So when you say less than 10 TB, go with Oracle. So is this an Oracle recommendation, or is it like with the experience of some?
No, with experience of industry. That's it.
Okay, but Oracle did not mention it because
no. So
we are
even
okay up to 10 TB, right?
Even Oracle will announce that I can do any kind of process data. I can process any volume of data. But in fact, in reality, Oracle is utter flapped. Okay.
Yeah.
That is good for small volumes. That's it.
Okay, I have experience up to 5 TB with Oracle. So
Yes,
I was
yeah.
just,
Actually, in 2006, there was a story.
Okay.
1 terabyte was data volume.
Okay.
That too, we process the data like with
Okay.
one analytics algorithm called a decision tree. The decision tree algorithm applied on 1 terabyte of data, the total processing time is 8 days.
Okay. Okay.
Understood. That is
Yeah,
what Oracle capacity.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you go for the Oracle website, it says that I can process even petabytes of data also. But in fact, in reality, that is not true.
Thanks for sharing that one. Thank you.
Yeah. So here my question is, we have OLTP systems. What will be stored into the OLTP systems is all end user transactions will be stored. But the question, how to bring this OLTP data into this warehouse? Because in the warehouse, entire history of the organization will be maintained. There is a special process called ETL process. How to bring this OLTP data into this warehouse? To do that, we have special processes called ETL. Extract, transform, and loading. All of you understood this? So simply these people are called ETL developers or ETL team, you can say. This is team number 1. But once data is kept into the warehouse, before data is kept into the warehouse here, the data management team and data modeling team should be there. Because the structure of warehouse different, the structure of OLTP systems are different. That's why before bringing OLTP data into the warehouse, transformations are required. These transformations generally will be done by the ETL tools. What are the popular ETL tools in the market? Can anyone please? Popular ETL tools?
Talent, Informatica.
Yes, exactly.
Data stage.
Data stage.
SSIS.
Okay.
SSIS.
Yes.
Azure Data Factory.
Yes, super.
Talent.
Informatica.
Talent.
Scoop also.
Pentaho. Okay. Even if it is Hadoop, we have Scoop. Okay.
The Scoop we can't do transformation, right?
Pardon?
In Scoop we can only extract and load, but transformation, is it possible in Scoop?
No. In Scoop also transformation is possible.
In Scoop, I guess we can do only transfer data from external data to Hayu.
No. One thing, extract, Scoop can perform even transformation. Okay. And then finally it can load into the target warehouse. But this kind of work is done by the Scoop, the process will be delayed. That's why generally in Scoop, what we do is we extract data from the databases and finally we load into Hive tables, Hadoop Hive tables.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We can import and export. I mean, we can import in the JFS and we can export into the relational database.
That's it. Okay. So in this way, there are different ETL tools. Of course, when you come to the Microsoft product, if it is Microsoft, previously it was SSIS, okay, like that. Okay. Now latest one is in the cloud. We have the product called Azure Data Factory. The purpose of Azure Data Factory is performing ETL loads. So performing ETL activities. So what exactly the ETL? Okay, later after few concepts, we will come back to that point. Okay. Okay, sir. Now data is readily organized in a required mode at warehouse. Finally, it doesn't matter to the businessman or business user. If they wanted to take decisions, they will take the decisions based on some visualizations. For example, all of you observe this, a simple report of visualization I'm giving. Think that this is a sales report of 3 years or 2 years of an organization. Think that this is a just volume of recent 3 years. Maybe first one for 2019. Sales volume of 2019. The second one is 2020. The third one is 2021, which is latest. Come on, sir, all of you, just by seeing this visualization, what is your understanding about the organization sales?
So the growth rate is high on 20.
That means simply you can understand that in 19, there is some business volume. When time reaches to 20, approximately more than 100% business hiked. But when time reached 21, business fell down to more than 70%. that kind of basic understanding this visualization is giving to me. But writing these visualizations by using Python code or Java or JavaScript, by using such kind of programming languages, if you want to perform these visualizations, it will take a lot of time. That means a lot of time and a lot of development cost will be there. That's why in market you have visualization tools are there. The popular visualization tools, can you name something?
Tableau,
Power BI.
BI,
Power BI.
Tableau, Power BI, Cognos.
SSRS.
ClickView, Grafana,
Yes.
Grafana,
Yes.
Tower Report Designer.
Yes. 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 Very good.
Kibana,
Yeah, Kibana also. Okay.
Grafana,
Grafana, ClickView. Okay.
MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy. Yes, correct.
SAP
All these are different visualization tools. So with ease of effort, you can develop a very complex even dashboard, complex visualizations and dashboards. Okay. So finally, for these warehouses, the input data is coming for these reporting tools or visualization tools. The input is coming from warehouse. So totally, if you observe this entire flow, there are 3 persons are involving in this picture. Who are those? Number 1, ETL team. In the case of BI department, you have 3 teams. Number 1, ETL. Number 2,
Data warehouse management.
data warehouse management people. And number 3, visualization team.
Report developer. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm coming back to that visualization. Think that this is a report generated by Tableau or report generated by Power BI or some other tool. Again, same sales report I am taking of 3 years, past 3 years sales report. Suppose the value, the shape is like this. Now, what is your basic understanding? Your basic understanding in 21, the sales is low when compared with 2020. So this kind of understanding the BI is giving, but what it cannot answer, why business fall down, why sales is low, what are top 10 reasons for that?
We don't have the raw data in this, right?
Yes. What are top 10 reasons for that? If you ask if such kind of questions are there in the mind of your business enterprise manager, okay, so generally these visualization tools cannot help you. At that time, you need to perform different statistical data analysis techniques and machine learning techniques. Okay. So now, so in this story, whatever the previous ETL picture you have seen, that is only, you can say the previous warehouse model BI is a traditional data warehouse. That is traditional data warehouse.
Sir, can we use visualization tools for Oracle and MySQL?
Yes, you can. Yes, okay. You can edit data. It doesn't matter of the data source. Okay, maybe suppose Oracle has their own product. Previously, they have a product called OBIEE. Okay. Now it's almost outdated.
So this Tableau and ClickView, whatever we can use for Oracle or MySQL.
Yes, for any database you can use any database, okay. Not only that Oracle or SQL, any database. Even Tableau, ClickView, a Power BI can connect with cloud databases also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, not only on-premise databases, it can connect with even cloud databases also. Okay, so whatever the picture you have seen previously, that was a traditional warehouse. But now how exactly the modern warehouse will be there is lot data is streaming. Okay, let's say stream 1, stream 2.
Usually we will like since we have let's say we have less data, we're going with Oracle. Like usually Oracle is as far as per my knowledge, Oracle is like since it's OLTP, it's supports more of writing rather than reading. But actually I want to do analysis.
Yes.
requires more of reading rather than writing, right?
More of reading, that with more of batch processing.
So in that case, like since I have just 10 TB of data or 5 TB of data, since I can go with Oracle because I have to read multiple times, right?
You have to read multiple times, but I don't recommend Oracle.
Okay, in that case, we have to go with data warehouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In the place of warehouse also, you can keep Oracle, but you will get bad performance. That is what I want to say.
Okay.
OLTP database, warehouse also a database.
Okay.
Okay, warehouse also a database. But if you talk about Hadoop kind of systems, those are not databases. Those are huge distributed file systems.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose your daily data inflow is 10 terabyte. You want to process many batch jobs on that one.
Okay.
So at that time, if you use traditional databases in the place of warehouse, you will see white smoke from your server. The servers will be hanged out.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So that's why like you need powerful weapons for that.
Okay.
So previously, for the past 8 years, Hadoop has ruled that industry, especially for the big data processing. Now, not competing with Hadoop, Azure is doing friendship with Hadoop. On top of Hadoop file system and architecture, they built a separate file system, separate storage system and processing system called Azure Data Lake. Understood, all of you?
I heard that Hadoop is it's going to be deprecated only. MapReduce is going to be deprecated, and only Spark and all are going to continue.
Yeah, actually, the Spark is not competitor to Hadoop. On top of Hadoop, Spark is processing data. Okay. Hadoop is in future. Hadoop is used only for the storage. That too, here different cloud providers like AWS and Microsoft Azure. These are taking in the backend. These are using Hadoop file systems to build their data lakes. Got it. But directly as a user in future, I will not work with Hadoop. I will work with Azure Data Lake. But Azure Data Lake background, the Azure Data Lake was using Hadoop file system only. Understood. So when you come back to this topic, and when you talk about these modern data warehouses, you have a lot of streaming data sources and lots of what you call OLTP systems. Suppose I have OLTP system number 1 for end user transactions, OLTP system number 2 for different application like this. And also nowadays, for big volumes of data, you have NoSQL. I have NoSQL sources. Can you name some of the examples for the NoSQL databases?
HBase, Cassandra,
MongoDB.
Yes. For these things, example, Cassandra,
MongoDB,
CouchDB,
CouchDB.
HBase.
Okay, in case of our Azure, we have
DynamoDB.
yes, Dynamo for AWS, DynamoDB. Sir, please go mute, sir. DynamoDB is for AWS. For our Microsoft, we have a product, Azure Cosmos DB. Okay. In this way, we have different NoSQLs. Finally, these NoSQLs will support OLTP finally. OLTP for big data. OLTP for big volumes. Okay. The traditional RDBMS OLTP is for OLTP for small volumes. But NoSQL supports OLTP for big volumes. In this way, you have many sources. But if you take a traditional data warehouse, so traditional data warehouses are working with only OLTP, which is structured data. But what about streams? What about like a fast generated streams data? A stream 1, stream 2, and the transactions data like OLTP 1, OLTP 2, and NoSQL data like MongoDB, Cassandra, and all these things. This will be the shape of this one. Now, here you can use your product called ADF, Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory supports not only OLTP sources, it supports even ADF can connect with the streams, ADF can connect with NoSQL databases also. But for streams, ADF is not that much good. but it can connect with even NoSQL databases and also with OLTP RDBMS databases. Okay, Azure Data Factory as a ETL tool we can use. But in the place of warehouse, I have two things here, two products here. The first product is Azure Synapse. The second product, actually better say, the second one as first one. The first one is Azure Data Lake. The second product for you here, Azure Synapse. Okay. So Azure Synapse will support only structured data. Only structured data. Because that is similar to database only. But if it is Azure Data Lake, it will support structured and unstructured and semi-structured everything. Structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. What are the examples for semi-structured data?
XML data.
XML.
Log.
XML, JSON. Nowadays,
JSON data.
XML, JSON, all these things comes under semi-structured. Unstructured means what, sir?
Like
No
logs.
video, image.
Yes, yes,
Tweets.
videos, images, audios.
Facebook
JSON
Live.
documents, MongoDB.
Clickstream data.
Streams can be semi-structured nowadays. Most of streams can be semi-structured. Okay, of course.
Text messages.
Text messages.
Sir, what is stream? I'm not able to understand this.
Yeah, yeah. A stream means continuous flow of data. Continuous flow of data by some sources. A small example: if you have a sensor, what sensor is doing? If you have a sensor, so the sensor is keep generating data, right?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so that is what generally I would best example you can say IoT, Internet of Things. Okay, it is why sensors, not only the sensor. Let's talk about logs, log data. Suppose how nowadays, if you observe the online shopping e-commerce sites, yesterday you went into some sites or some website, maybe Flipkart or maybe Amazon. Tomorrow, once again, if you re-log in, automatically Amazon is recommending you some products based on, suppose for me recommendations are different, for you the recommendations are different. How Amazon is understanding your tastes and preferences? Can you answer me, please?
Based upon the search
History. Based on the whatever the click.
Yeah.
User history.
Yeah,
Previous history.
Actually,
AI.
yeah, as a user, sir, please mute one minute, please mute. Listen this word. As a user, you don't enter into Amazon and you don't say that I like this product, I don't like this product. Okay, but when you click on some product, automatically weblog record will be generated. Which page you have opened, which product you have clicked, how much time you spent on that particular page. Every information is available in weblog. As many users are keep interacting with that application, weblogs are keep streaming. That means the weblogs are keep generating the new data. But how to capture those faster generated streams? Okay, there should be a product, special product here, especially in Azure. You have a special product for this, that is Azure Streaming. Okay, so here if you talk about warehouse, if you talk about a modern data warehouse, you have two major components here. One is Azure Synapse, second one is Azure Data Lake. But when to use what? That purely depends on your requirement. If data is only structured, go with Azure Synapse. If data is unstructured and semi-structured of different varieties, then go with Azure Data Lake. And then finally, you can process the data with other techniques called Azure Data Bricks. Okay, all of you understood this?
Then how you will maintain the step one?
Yeah, one more thing to add, right? Data lake is a storage purpose. Hello?
Data Lake, Azure Data Lake is supporting, has two components. Azure Data Lake Storage number one, Azure Data Analytics number two. Okay. So you have to, Yes, sir. Please ask me.
It's a different component. Right? They are separate.
Synapse.
They are separate, not.
Yeah, actually, they are not separate.
Hello.
Actually, data lake, simply data lake as a high level product. Data lake is a high level. If you enter into the low level, there are two products again: data lake storage, data lake analytics. Okay.
But sir, actually, Synapse is underlying storage system that is using Azure data lake only, right?
Yes.
So it can have unstructured and semi-structured data as well, right? We can able to store.
Yes. Data lake main purpose is that one only.
Yeah,
Sir,
but
then what
over
is the
here,
use of Synapse analytics then?
That is only for structured. If I have structured data, go with the Synapse. Unstructured and semi-structured, go with warehouse. Yeah, still some questions. You please ask
One
me.
question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Regarding data lake, again they will be using the Hadoop architecture for this file system.
Yeah,
For data lake and
back end. So generally, if you talk about lake, the architecture will be like this. 1 minute. Suppose if you treat this box as your lake, the first HDFS file system is there.
Okay.
On top of HDFS, they have special API. Apache has introduced special API for that. Suppose this is HDFS, which is Hadoop file system. On top of this, one API is there. That API is Web HDFS.
Okay. Using that API, we are going to connect with the HDFS
Yes.
file system.
So for using this Web HDFS, you need not to write any code. Microsoft Azure is providing all the facilities. Directly you can interact with HDFS file system, but you are working with the data lake, but data lake backend is HDFS file system.
So for the processing wise, HDFS only it is going to use, or is it any Azure is going to provide any processing techniques for that?
Yeah. Azure is providing different processing techniques. One is USQL. Simply this service is called a job as a service. Second, Azure is tied up with the Databricks. Then they released one more product called Azure Databricks. This is completely for the Spark.
Okay.
Okay. By using these two techniques, you can process data. If my data is structured directly, Azure has a Synapse. The Azure Synapse is exactly equivalent to SQL only. You can process that data.
Using the Java code in the backend or Python?
If it is a Spark
Okay,
can be
Python.
written. If it is Spark, okay, Spark can be written in Java. It can be done in Python, and also with the Scala, and also with R language. But mostly in Azure Databricks, most of the projects are in Python plus Spark is called PySpark simply. You don't worry, we deal complete PySpark in this training session. Okay, so again, PySpark has different products like a Spark Core, Spark SQL, Spark Streaming, Spark Machine Learning. USQL is Unified SQL. Unified SQL. This is SQL with SQL plus C#.
So then what is the difference between ANSI SQL and Unified SQL, sir?
That ANSI SQL is only SQL, that's it. That is only SQL. This is SQL with C#, that's it.
Sir, one doubt here.
Yeah, please.
Azure Databricks using the PySpark. Okay.
Yes.
But is it the processing is going to using with the PySpark or MapReduce?
No,
or,
PySpark, pure PySpark. MapReduce outdated.
Okay.
But sir, in Synapse, we can able to use Spark notebooks as well, right? The same whatever we are trying to achieve in Azure Databricks, the same can be achieved in Synapse.
No, not same thing can be achieved. Okay, lot limitations are there for the Synapse.
Synapse Spark notebooks.
Yeah, lot limitations are there for the Synapse. So that limitations we will overcome with Azure Databricks with PySpark.
Sir, I have one more question. Like all these Databricks, Synapse, all these are like platform tools, right? To do ETL operations. Am I correct?
To do ETL operations, you have ADF.
ADF.
You have
so like
ADF.
what Databricks also will help us in the platform level, right?
Yes.
To do ETL operations.
Yes. But when
So
to
what
use,
would be the difference here,
yeah.
sir? Like when we'll use ADF and when we'll use Databricks,
Yeah,
Synapse?
very good question. First, let me go with ADF and Synapse combination. Okay. ADF, I'm talking about only, all of you, please attend this. I'm talking about ADF and Synapse. What is purpose of ADF?
Data processing.
ETL. Yeah, simply ETL product, right? Simply is a ETL product. Come to the Synapse. What is Synapse here?
Analytics.
That means warehouse, right? Okay. This is warehouse plus analytics platform for you. So generally in ADF, what is your work nature? What is your working style? Number one, connect with source databases, right? Connect with source databases. Number two, perform required transformations. So please go mute, sir. Mute. So perform required transformations. Okay, before transformations, there is another activity called data cleansing. Okay. Data cleansing and transformations. Then what is the third activity? Finally load into target warehouse.
The target warehouse can be SQL data warehouse or else Synapse warehouse as well, right?
It can be SQL for normal SQL for small volumes. For big volumes, go with Azure Synapse. Of course, this is also SQL oriented only. Okay, this is your working style. Yeah.
We can use data lake also, right? For target warehouse.
Yeah. If the data is unstructured, better go for Azure Data Lake. Okay.
Does Azure Synapse follow MPP architecture?
Yes. Okay, but not that much sophisticated MPP. Got it. So already I told you Synapse has its own limitations. To overcome that limitations, again, we are taking help of Spark with product name called Azure Databricks. Okay, now what exactly this is your working style generally. But what's the problem is, think that the required thing is input volume is 10 terabyte. Okay, input volume is 10 terabyte. Okay, here you are extracting. And then finally you are transforming. And finally you are loading into your target warehouse. Maybe Synapse or maybe Data Lake, whatever it may be. But what is the time consumption here? The time consumption for transformations. If my input data volume is 10 terabyte, if you perform transformations using ADF, what will be your problem? ADF definitely will cause high latency here. Okay, that means very slow processing for big volumes. Maybe it may take even days time.
I think
also.
it depends on the bandwidth, right? Basically.
Forget about bandwidth. You have high-end systems, but still, the transformation processing style is not with the sophisticated parallel processing systems. Okay.
I think compared to other ETLs, it is better in the business.
Because as a Azure developer, you say that my ADF is great. Understood? Okay. So same facility is available with even other ETL tools also. There is no difference. Previous ETL tools, on-premise systems. Now this is cloud system. This ADF is good if the data volume is less. But daily data volume is 10 terabyte for your organization. If you really try to perform transformations by using ADF, it may take days time. Suppose one biggest process I want to do some biggest transformation requirement. After 1 hour, I want to take the decision based on the data. But if processing takes 1 day time or 2 days time, when I will take the decision about my business? Okay. So here in this scenario, the work style like ETL is not good. Because for the processing, it is taking too much time. So what is the solution for this? For this problem, the solution, simply the solution, ELT. You can guess what it is. Come on, sir. Guessing.
Load transfer.
Here, extract, load without performing any transformations. As it is, I will load into my target systems first. Extract and then load, and then finally I am performing the transformations. So here in this scenario, observe number one, using ADF, connect with source and extract data. This is my first step. Okay. Second step, load into target. Maybe Synapse or maybe data lake, Azure data lake. The third step, using Azure Databricks. Using Azure Databricks, perform transformations on the data. What is the advantage you will be getting? Suppose here, think that if ADF is doing that those transformations, think that here the time is 10 hours. Example, 10 hours, it is taking 10 hours time to perform those transformations. If same transformation are done by the Azure Databricks, it may be 10 minutes.
So
that's why
when you say ADF transformation, are you referring to data flows inside that? Or?
Yeah, same ADF means that is a completed data flow. To design the pipelines of the data flows, we use ADF. But when ADF is not required for me is to perform transformations on big volumes of data. That's why here I am using ADF. But ADF, I am not handovering responsibility of transformations to the ADF. Got it? As it is extracting data, loading into the target systems, and finally using Databricks, we are processing so that our previously 10 hours processing time will become now 10 minutes time. That is the power of the Databricks processing system. The Databricks internally using PySpark. That means Spark. So how exactly the Spark architecture, Spark will process that data. When we step into the Spark architecture, we will discuss about that. Yes, sir, please, sir, someone is going to ask me. Please ask me.
What if we do, instead of using a Databricks for transformation, if we use a Synapse Analytics, what would be the time?
Yeah, if it is Synapse, Synapse execution style is SQL kind of engine. It uses engine. Not recommended for multi-terabytes of data.
Sir, is it so like data factory cannot be embedded with a Spark system?
You can integrate it. Suppose I prepare a Spark job in the ATL, in the ADF pipelines, I can connect with the Spark jobs. That means Databricks jobs. But ADF independently cannot handle that much of volumes. Remember. A small example, sir. You think that you have sales data. You have sales data. The data volume is like this. A simple summary. A simple query. Select a product ID. One SQL query I am giving. Sum of sales amount from table sales, group by product ID. What is expected result for this? What is expected result? By this query.
Amount of sum.
That means for each product, like product one.
For each product, we'll have some
how much sales is done. Product two, how much sales is generated. Like this thing that you have 3 products. For all the 3 products, it is giving final summary of the sales amount. This is the thing. Okay. Here observe, if I execute this, so to deal this, to perform this kind of visualization, number one, ADF, extract, Number 2, ADF is load into Synapse. Number 3, Synapse will execute above query. That means whatever the query you have given here, this query is finally to be executed by the Synapse. Okay. After that, think that the visualization tool Power BI or Tableau. Or if it is Microsoft, go for Power BI. Power BI will visualize. So this is the thing. But problem is, again, my input volume is 10 TB. If sales table is having, if this sales table is having 10 terabyte of data, if this query is executed by the Synapse, definitely 200% white smoke you will see. That means high load, high latency, you can say. Instead of doing this, what I do is, the solution for this, I'm coming to 3.1. Okay. Process with Databricks. 3.2. Write results into Synapse. Okay. That means between Synapse storage, between Synapse results, entire processing work I'm handovering to Databricks. Finally, your Power BI will visualize it.
So one question here.
Yeah, please.
Do we need to store the raw data in Synapse? Then after performing transformation, again, do we need to store the data in the Synapse?
Yes, because finally you want to, so that again different. The processed data, to whom you want to make it available. You want to make it available to data science team, or you want to make it available to visualization team. Suppose if your intention is to make available of this data to the visualization team, then write into Synapse. Understood?
Hello, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will now will be like ETL, right?
Yes. No.
No, it's ALT.
No. ELT. We come to the model called ELT. So
Yeah, but here we are doing Databricks, right?
Yeah, Databricks. That's why the transformations. So actually the load here completed. Extract, and then without performing transformation, load. After that, you are processing with Databricks. The third stage is simple, sir. Simple question. When use ELT, when use ETL, what is our answer now based on this previous
I have
explanation?
one question.
Yeah,
When
please.
there is more volume,
Mm.
as you told, we can integrate Spark jobs with ADF, right?
Yeah, yes.
So what if we use ELT approach, but instead of ELT, so in ETL only we use Spark jobs in ADF pipelines.
Yeah.
So what would be the results in that case?
So definitely, if two services are if continuously fighting, means definitely process will be delayed. Okay, that's why simple for all the big volumes, because already even in industry there are a lot of people who are working with ADF, but they are not dealing with big volumes.
Okay,
that is a major problem. That's why for small volume, simple answer for my question, go for ELT if you have small volume. Go for ELT type if you have big volume. It can be multi-terabyte or even petabyte also, that you can process it. Of course, based on your processing resources, again the charges will be applied on the cloud. If it is on-premise systems, no charges.
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
No, I think you written reverse, sir. ELT will go for big, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
I reversed it. You are the people, you are confusing me, man.
No, sir. You will be always rocking, sir.
This is for big volume. ELT. First one ELT, right? Yeah. This is for big volume, and the second one is for small volume, small or medium range, like this.
Sir, I have one more doubt here.
Yeah, please, sir.
So when we are loading the data into Synapse Analytics, so basically we are loading it only for our data into one location level, right? So here other storage systems are also can come into the picture, right? Like blob storage or and
Yes,
other
yes,
storage
yes,
system.
yes.
So why only like we are stressing on Synapse? Is there any specific reason?
Nothing. Synapse. So Synapse, you can compare the Synapse with, suppose in Hadoop you have Hive, right?
Yes.
In Hadoop you have Hive. Same thing in Azure, in the warehouse place. At the place of warehouse only you have Synapse. If my data is structured, I will keep into this one. But lot data, if you talk about organizations, only 20 to 25% of data is structured. Remaining all data is unstructured and semi-structured, like images, videos, audios, even texts, logs, and lot many. So such kind of things I will store into data lake. Okay. Yes,
So
sir.
why can't we use the Delta Lake?
Delta Lake is latest one. It's just the latest one. That's it. Okay. It's just latest one. Yeah.
Is there any difference between Azure Synapse and Azure Synapse Analytics?
Azure Synapse Warehouse to process the data, Synapse Analytics, if the data is structured.
Okay, thanks.
Understood. Suppose a simple,
Hello.
sir. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Let's talk about Oracle, sir. In Oracle, what you do in table, you are keeping data. Okay. But to process that data, what you are using? You are using SQL.
Yes.
Okay. Like this. On that way, Synapse is like, you just think Synapse as a warehouse storage. But to process that data, Synapse Analytics product is there. Like that.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, some other one is better.
Sriram sir, shall I tell you one thing? If they go on keep on asking the questions, the flow will be missed, right? So
Don't worry. This is the first interactive session, in the beginning introduction part. So actual tomorrow onwards, we will enter into the subject step by step.
Okay, thank you.
Because in our group, so almost 280 people are attending. Out of 280 people, more than 100 people are with data warehouse business intelligence background. Most of people are with the ETL background, and some of the people are not with any background. Okay, that's why in this introduction session, this may be a little tough. But tomorrow onwards, like whenever our actual subject started, we go in a good manner.
Yeah, because few people will not be knowing what is ADF, what is Synapse, nothing they will be knowing, right? So they'll be getting confused.
No, at least they will get idea of, okay, Synapse, there is one product. Okay.
So by asking question only, we can get the subject. Maybe you're mistaken.
Yeah. Okay. So please, all of you, come on.
So one more thing, see, I'm not from any background like what you said, like BI tools background. So I am from
don't worry, sir. Don't worry. Already I put the message in the groups. Okay. If you don't have any other background, the prerequisite classes I will start in a separate session.
Okay.
Let's. Yeah, please.
So just one thing I want to say here. I mean, just my personal interaction with Sriram sir. So we were like don't know the subject, but if we follow this training, okay, because I in 2006 or 7 somewhere I was learning with Sriram sir on Hadoop and Spark. Okay, on that within couple of months I am in big data. I was a job. I'm working with TCS. So please trust sir whatever he says. Like okay. So definitely those who have zero knowledge also they can like rock in this whatever the subject Sriram sir handles, because I am the example.
Sriram, at this stage, can you quickly please draw a diagram representation where we should go for the Synapse and where we should go for this ADF kind of this thing. So ADF is the ETL, fine. In the warehouse for structured, we should go for Synapse. For unstructured, we should go for data lake, right? And again, we should connect the visualization tools. Again, anything like Tableau, Power BI, anything is supported for this thing.
Yes.
So coming to the OLTP, also Microsoft. If you take the Microsoft stack, we can go with the SQL Server kind of thing. It's the entire.
That is Azure SQL we have. If it is
Azure SQL is a database.
Database, cloud database.
Okay.
It's a cloud database.
So, sir, I have two questions.
Yeah, please.
First question is, when you're referring to Azure Data Lake, what we are referring, blob storage or Azure Data Gen Lake 2?
Gen Lake 2 is recommended.
Recommended. Okay. And can you please tell me again this Web HDFS API as well?
Okay. Suppose Web HDFS API, because I am working with Azure.
Okay.
I want to keep my data into Azure Data Lake.
Okay.
So for that thing that I'm clicking on a button called upload. But finally, in the backend of Azure Data Lake, there was a file system called HDFS. But how Azure Data Lake is interacting HDFS is by using one API called Web HDFS. But you need not to write any code for the Web HDFS. Automatically, inbuiltly, Microsoft Azure will be using that one. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah.
And what about ABFS and WABS? There are
Pardon, I
two
did not get.
APIs will be starting with ABFSS, and then one more thing will be there.
Yeah, DBFS is a Databricks file system.
One second.
DBFS is Databricks file system.
DBFS.
Again,
Then
DBFS
what about-
backend. Again, DBFS backend is also again the architecture of Hadoop is there. Okay.
No, I'm talking about ABFS. So in sometimes when we are dealing with Azure REST APIs, right? Instead of HTTPS, sometimes the URL starts with ABFS.
You are asking.
Sometimes the URL starts with WABS or WASP.
You are asking about AB, right? That is Azure Blob.
ABFS.
Azure Blob. Azure Blob file system.
What's the difference between those two?
So different technical architecture because hierarchical namespace
What's
is
the
applied.
difference between the ABFS and WASP?
W? I did not get you.
WASB.
WASD. This is next level API. That's it.
I have one question here.
Yeah, please.
Here, ADF is like an ETL, right?
Yes.
So first, we need to connect to the source in order to process the data.
Yes.
So that source should also sit on cloud, or it can be connected to on-premises databases.
Yeah, that is a good question, because if you are running one organization, means some of sources are in cloud, some of sources on premise.
Yes.
ADF can connect with anything.
Okay.
ADF can connect with anything, and also even ADF can connect with NoSQL data sources also. So first, you tell me what is the importance of NoSQL databases.
I'm not sure. I didn't work on that.
Okay. So anyone, please.
Sir, can you repeat the question? NoSQL basis?
Maybe for every kind of data it can be stored.
Yeah,
the
and
database
it's a
is
schemaless. The NoSQL is a schemaless database concept. Whenever we get the data, we can store.
Unstructured database, undefined.
See, sir, actually NoSQL database is it stores the data in columnar format, and we have different types of NoSQL databases, and it is deals with the unstructured data, okay, as well as semi-structured as well, and it is faster we can go with the large amount of data to process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But when to use NoSQL, when to use RDBMS? My question.
High OLTP volume, we use NoSQL.
Suppose my question, let me brief it. Suppose if it is NoSQL, okay. So you said what you said is a schemaless, right? Is a schemaless. Not schemaless means not zero schema. Here schema means structure. You can say structureless in general understanding. Okay. So what is the purpose of this NoSQL generally?
When the data, I mean, basically when the data, it's schema is not defined. We don't know what the schema next will come. So then we can use NoSQL. And and when we have a defined structure, then we can use the Synapse, the Synapse analytics to process the data.
Okay. One example. Let me go for one example, sir. Let's talk about the product called Amazon. Not Amazon Web Services, Amazon Online Retail. Is selling products in online, right? Amazon is selling 750, more than 750 different categories of products. I may be wrong as per latest number of product categories. Okay. Around 10 years back only, Amazon was selling more than 750 categories of the not problems products. Right? So, example, among them, one of the categories is toy. Another category is book. Okay. Another category may be like computers, the computer peripherals like this. In this way, Amazon is selling 750 categories. Let's talk about a product called book. Let's talk about a product called book. Come on, please. If it is book, what attributes you required, sir?
Index.
So generally,
author.
I mean
publisher.
First book title, right?
Yes.
Book title and publisher. And
Language.
language. Okay. And volume number, price.
Cost of the book.
Price, such kind of
Page name,
thing.
page
Right?
numbers.
Okay. So as a customer or as a user, I log in into Amazon. I will book an order for, I will book a product. I will book one order for book. Okay. Generally for this book, these will be the attributes. That means I am purchasing one book means already this book details should be available in the database. Okay. Think that they are selling more than 1 lakh books. All 1 lakh books are stored in their product table. Okay. But another different customer or me, next time want to purchase a TV, sir. My next product is TV. First product is book. Next product will be TV. For TV, is the attribute title valid attribute?
Brand.
Publisher valid?
No.
Volume number, language valid? No, right?
Nothing.
That means book is a product, TV is a product. But whatever the valid properties, valid attributes are there for book, those are invalid for TV. Same thing, my next product is laptop. Again, laptop attributes are different. Next product is toy. Again, toy attributes are different. In this way, if I have 1 crore products totally, let's say 1 lakh products, if I have all these 1 lakh products, I want to keep into one database table. Can I keep? Can I satisfy the requirement of Amazon in such case with RDBMS databases, with structured databases? Can someone please answer?
No.
Okay, because the problem, okay, still solution is there. Still solution is there with databases. What is the solution? For each category, separate table you need to create. All toys you need to keep into toys table. All books you need to keep into books table. All computers you need to keep into computers table. In this way, I have 750 varieties of the products. For 750 different categories, 750 separate tables I need to maintain. But maintaining of 750 tables is not a complex thing. But always your application based on the product type that it has to interact with the 750 varieties of the products means your application performance will be degraded. All of you understood? So this is one of the best.
So can you update that the chat is going wrong way? Can you please stop that? Everyone's chatting in that. So concept is a misunderstanding.
Yes, it's popping up here.
So
and,
how?
It's popping up because we can't understand what you are writing and what concept you are telling that.
What? How to mute this chat, please? Anyone?
Don't know. It is going into wrong way. Can you please stop on this one?
Guys, please stop here. Other people are getting disturbed here.
Yeah. If you don't understand, can you please listen the concept? If you not understand, you can go on.
Okay.
One more thing, few of the candidates.
Their videos as well.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
annoying as well.
It's annoying.
Yes, we can understand. There are experienced people, there are new people, they are understanding little bit way. So keep understand this basic concept. From tomorrow onward, the concept will be started.
All of you, please. So here, what is the solution for this? What are the problem? The problem description is 750 different categories of the products are there. But to category to category, the structure of that product category is different. If it is book, the attributes are this one. If it is TV, the attributes are this one. Okay. So that means now I need a solution record to record. That means product to product. Different structure is required. Record to record, different structure is required. Understood? So the solution here by NoSQL databases. Okay. If you talk about these NoSQL databases, there are different varieties of NoSQL databases, like number one, key value store. Number two, columnar store. Number three, document store. Number four, graph store. So in Azure, you have a NoSQL database under category document store. The product is Azure Cosmos DB. This is similar to MongoDB. You can compare with MongoDB. All of you understood what is the purpose of NoSQL database?
Yes, sir.
So in this way, even,
Sir,
yeah, please.
then MongoDB is a NoSQL dataset.
Yes, correct. MongoDB just on-premise systems. Same similar to MongoDB, in Azure as a cloud database, we have Azure Cosmos DB. In this way, as a data engineer, your challenges, the sources can be very, very different. The sources can be multiple. The sources can be like structured databases, or it can be streams. It can be even NoSQL databases. The two organization is using multiple different varieties of NoSQL databases. You should be able to connect with all these sources, able to extract them, load into the target. If volume is bigger, after loading, perform the transformations by using Databricks.
So can we also add Hadoop clusters in the databases?
Yes. Here we have one product called HD Insights. The HD Insights is Microsoft flavor of Hadoop. Microsoft distribution, you can say Microsoft distribution of Hadoop. Okay. But here directly you can go with the data lake, and you can process the data with a Databricks cluster. Okay. So this is what basically, 1 minute. This is what basically a data engineer responsibility. That means basically being a data engineer, the challenges.
Can you please ask her to mute, I think.
Okay, I will mute. Again after 5 minutes, I will unmute you, sir. First you attend this word. All of you, I have muted you. Just after 5 minutes, I will unmute you. Data engineer responsibilities, basically designing the pipelines of ETL. And also you should be good enough at ELT techniques. Okay. Then you should know the solutions for huge volumes of storage. Handling huge volumes of the storage. And not only the storage, processing and analytics. Processing and analytics of the huge storage. That means huge data. You can say big data. The better word is big data. Right? And handling streams. The examples for these streams is, let's say, log data, web logs, or your Facebook tweets, even sensor data. And one more thing, you should know the techniques of processing. Processing of all varieties of data. Okay, you should know the techniques of processing all varieties of data. Generally, what are the different varieties of data here? You can say structured, unstructured, and semi-structured like this. Such kind of things. All of you understood this? Now you can, I am unmuting you, sir. You can ask me questions.
Sir, some they are telling like a big data developer and big data engineer. So both the roles are same or is it different? What is that?
Same, sir. Same.
Okay.
So one question here.
Yeah, please.
That ETL and ELT. For ELT, we are doing the transformation at last, but then we will not load it into the database again because we have now changes in the data or the transformed data.
Yeah, we load data into target warehouse, not into the source system. Extract from source, perform transformation, and store into warehouse. Example for warehouse is Synapse here. Okay.
Now, next part, when we are extracting this from source, then we are first of all loading it. Now this is not in a meaningful data. So again, we will do the transformation at the third step. After transformation, we will not load it again to the warehouse, or will it be the previous step only?
Okay. One thing here, two answers for you. Number 1 and number 2. To provide data to BIT, that means visualization thing.
Yeah.
Visualization or data analyst. Okay. If it is the task, load into Synapse. Okay. Suppose you want to provide this data to the applications. To provide transformer data to applications, maybe front-end applications. Then you can rewrite into even sources. Understood, sir?
Okay. Okay.
Everything depends on requirement. That's it.
So we can also convert the whole time series data to APIs, right, sir? Yes. While taking the visualization, so that we will get a structured API format for the processing.
Yes. If it is a time series, you have a lot to deal with the time series data. You have a lot of frameworks in the Power BI. Okay. But again, the problem, suppose one query you have seen basically previously have seen one report, sir. Some sales report like this, something. I have seen this one. Last 3 years sales report you want to visualize. So year 2019, 2020, 2021. Think that you want to perform this activity by using Power BI or Tableau. Let's say Power BI. So what technologies in end-to-end flow, what technologies you want to involve into this one? Can I use ADF for extracting data?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And after that, if volume is small, performing transformations here. Okay. And after that, I am loading into Synapse, Power BI.
Sir,
connecting data from Synapse, connecting with Synapse, and think that Power BI is executing the query. What is the problem? To generate this visualization, if the query is like this, select year, sum of amount.
Maybe performance issue.
Yes. From table, let's say sales, group by year. For each year, I read what is the sales volume. If this query is executed by Power BI, you will get bad performance. That means slow results. Instead of doing that, here you can take, if volume is a little small or medium level, execute this query by Synapse and store that results into Synapse. Directly with that results, the Power BI is connecting directly. It is generating visualization. Okay. So
Okay, sir. Then Synapse will again perform the query and then store it again in the Synapse only.
Into
then
Synapse.
It will be
okay.
Okay.
So my above is recommended. This flow is recommended. For small or medium. Small or medium values, medium volumes. If data is bigger, think that you have 30 terabyte of data. Think that approximately per year, your organization is generating 10 terabyte. 3 years means suppose 30 terabyte is the volume. 30 TB is the data volume. Then please suggest me, all of you.
Databricks.
Databricks.
And so we can also
First,
use like
ADF
we
to
can divide
extract
the
the
whole
data.
thing in clusters.
ELT.
Yes.
We will
Previously.
use ELT.
Yes, sir.
ETL. And for 30 terabytes, we will use ELT.
Yes. So previous model, I went for ETL. Now I go for ELT technique. If it is ELT, what is my flow? What is my flow, please? What is flow?
Use ADF to
First extract the data.
First ADF, I will extract it.
Extract,
load it
load
to
and
Synapse.
transform.
Load
Data
into
Load in.
Synapse, load to
Data lake.
Synapse, process with
With
Databricks,
Databricks.
again load to Synapse.
But don't allow Synapse to execute the query, remember.
Yes, yes.
Don't allow Synapse to execute this query. Okay. Process with
Databricks.
Synapse analytics or Databricks.
Engine.
Next, I processed it.
Load it back to Synapse and connect to the Power BI tools.
Load to Synapse.
Results into
Synapse.
Synapse.
Load it
I have a
into
question, please.
Okay. Then
load into
Connected with
data
Power BI.
warehouse.
So in Power BI, we have two options. Like we write the query in the Power BI itself,
But
and
yes, but if you allow Power BI to execute that query, Power BI will be blasted. That's it.
okay. So the conclusion is we can connect Power BI with the Synapse directly, and then it to the dashboard, right?
Exactly. All of you understood?
Can we also have two questions here? One is related to ETL, one is for ELT. So in ETL, when we do this transformations, is it done on the source side, or is it put into some temporary tables in the ADF only and then processed?
ADF.
Transformations happen.
So remember, so your question is very valid question. The transformation query will not be executed by the source databases. Okay, that will be executed by ADF pool only. ADF. Okay. But if volume bigger, if you allow ADF to execute the transformation, again high latency. That's why do for ELT.
In ETL, we are not performing any transformations at Synapse, right? We are just dumping data into destination, that is Synapse, and then taking data from Synapse to VI, right?
Yeah.
What about loading in Synapse? Is it batch mode or is it singleton?
Is a batch mode.
Okay.
So because that is the warehouse system, that means completely dedicated for batch processing only, not for OLT, not for
data put into some temporary location, and then once the batch is loaded, it will just directly dump into Synapse.
Actually, we need not to keep that into temporary location. Automatically, internal architecture of Azure will take care of that one. Okay.
What is the data limit of ETL and ELT, sir? What is the data limit?
Actually, there is no limit. Actually,
Okay.
there is no limit based on the past pains of the processing. Okay, based on past pains of the processing, not recommended. ETL not recommended for big volumes.
Okay. Means for how much we can use ETL?
My recommendation go for less than 5 terabyte.
5 terabyte. Okay.
Less than.
Less than 5 terabyte.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, after getting the data into Synapse, can we connect all the data into Power BI? Nothing but whatever the data it might be.
No. You don't connect all the data into Power BI. In the runtime, whenever it required, Power BI will connect it.
No, actually, Power BI is having some limitation. No, it can allow
Yes,
only.
that's why we don't allow Power BI to execute the queries.
Then what about the visualization finally?
So finally, executed query execution is done by Synapse. Results will be rewritten into the Synapse. Only that results Power BI will take it.
Okay. Nothing but whatever the measures we are writing in Power BI, everything will be done in the Synapse itself.
Yes.
Sir, if result is also huge, then what we'll do, sir? Means if result is approximately 2 to 3 TB, then what we'll do, sir?
Sir, I think what we can do is that we can use AS for I mean the above query.
So
that,
here
we'll write the measures.
So here one thing, if output, that means let's talk about result. If result is
Sorry,
again
I have
10
a
terabyte.
question.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I understand that ETL is for low volume and ELT is for high volume. I want to ask, why can't we just use ELT for audio data? Is there a reason why we are using ETL for low volume? Is it that ETL perform better
Yes.
when the volume is low?
Yes. Yes, what you said is correct. Simply decide if data volume less, go for ETL. Very much bigger, go for ELT.
Sir,
but
I
organization.
cannot understand why we cannot execute it in Power BI.
Previous query have seen this one, sir. Suppose my query is this one. Already, I gave the query already. Year and sum of the sales. Let's say sum of amount. Sir, please go to mute, sir. Let me explain this. I will unmute. I will mute you all. Again, after 5 minutes, I will update. Sum of amount from table group by year. Think that you have only 100 records in the data. Okay, only 100 records in the data. Then your Power BI is good. Okay, if my data is, let's say, 5 lakh records, not 5 lakh records, let's say 5 crore records. Okay, if it is the story, if this query on 5 crore records executed by Power BI, you will see the report by tomorrow evening. If you execute the query now, tomorrow evening you will get the results. That much latency. Understood? Now in this case, the solution allows Synapse to execute it. Okay, still my requirement is like this. My data crossed more than, let's say, 50 crore records. Now in this case, I will allow Databricks to execute this query. Same Databricks in Azure, that is Azure Databricks. Okay. Everything depends on. So, but you are in a position, you could not able to decide it. First, do a trial. Suppose I have 50 crore records. Do a trial. Trial with Power BI, query execution by Power BI. Think that it has taken 2 days time. Okay. And then do trial with Synapse. Think that it has taken 4 hours. Then do trial with Bricks, that means Databricks. Then you will see the result in 10 minutes. Let's say like this. Now, based on these trials, what is your opinion? What you can decide here? Sorry, I am unmuting you. Please answer.
The last
Databricks. So initially, theoretically, don't decide anything. Theoretically, don't decide anything. First, do trials. Okay.
Sir, all these are reporting tools or what?
Which one? Only
Synapse,
Power BI is reporting, visualization. Synapse is warehouse environment. Databricks is a fast processing system. Okay.
Synapse and Databricks are databases.
Not databases. Synapse is
what is the data?
Synapse is database used for data warehouse. Databricks is used for only processing data. Okay.
I think
Sir,
database.
is there any limitation for Databricks, sir?
Pardon?
Is there any limitation for Databricks, like maximum limit
No,
or
no, no,
minimum
no,
number of
no,
requirements?
no limit. Any amount of volume of data that it can process.
Sir, one doubt here.
Yes, sir. Please ask
Can
me.
you explain about Databricks?
Databricks is Spark execution engine. Okay. This is very high speed MPP system. What is MPP?
Massive parallel processing.
Parallel processing. Suppose a small example. You can break a stick in 1 minute, sir. If I give you 10 sticks to you, to a single person, he needs 10 minutes to break all the sticks. Instead of doing that, if I have 10 team members, stick 1 to person 1, stick 2 to person 2, like this, if I distribute the sticks to 10 different people, if all people started breaking the stick at a time, even though 10 sticks, within 1 minute, I will get the results. If I have 100 sticks distributed to 100 people, if all 100 people started breaking it at a time, even 100 sticks can be broken within 1 minute. So that is what like exactly the parallel process. So in the Spark architecture, we will discuss about completely how exactly the Spark will work. Okay.
Sir, RDD is different and Databricks execution is different.
So in Databricks, okay, whenever you load data, whenever you run a job, the data is loaded into RDD temporarily. RDD means resilient distributed data set. Again, RDD is having partitions. These partitions will be distributed across different multiple missions. All missions will be parallelly processing the data.
So when we run Hadoop on Spark, so backend it makes use of Databricks.
No. When you run job in Spark, if the question is if you run the Spark job in Azure, the backend is Databricks.
Okay.
Okay. In Azure, the backend is Databricks.
What in Hadoop, sir?
In Hadoop, Spark independently available again. Suppose you have Hadoop system, you can use Spark, or on top of this Hadoop, you can use Databricks Spark. If it is Databricks Spark, Databricks is providing some libraries. What you want to use, you can use it.
So, sir, Databricks is specific to only Azure?
No. So Databricks is available for AWS.
Okay.
Is available for Azure. Is available for Google Cloud also. And independently, Databricks is also having its own cloud.
Okay.
So Databricks is our execution engine, like MapReduce, we can say.
Yeah, the old one, MapReduce. Latest one, Spark. Latest one means 2016 onwards.
Yes.
2016 onwards.
Which coding language is preferable for Databricks?
Python is recommended.
Okay. For learning PySpark, do we need to learn Spark as well, or we can simply start with PySpark?
First, before starting PySpark, first of all, you have to understand what is the architecture of the Hadoop and what is the architecture of Spark. Then you can start learning PySpark.
Okay.
So going back to the previous screen, we have this ELT, and you mentioned that the data has been loaded into the Synapse, right? Can we go back to the previous screen, sir, where you have differentiated between ETL and ELT?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes,
and
sir.
the second point, like you mentioned it as load and Synapse. Can we load this into the data lake as well? This has been a question like for a long time. I was holding it on.
Okay.
Because we load the data lake
again,
as well.
Two things again. Again, two answers for our question. Target is visualization. Okay, load into Synapse. Okay. The target, that means you want to provide your data provision to data science or machine learning engineers.
Sir, Synapse is a open source, sir.
It's a cloud database. Okay, pay-as-you-go model. So provision to data science or machine learning engineer. Okay, Then keep this data into data lake. And also one more answer. You want to provision of this data to other applications. Then write into target any database. On which database your application is with which database your application is interacting, you can write into that one. So like that. Okay.
So Databricks is using it and massively
data lake
parallel
will handle
Hello?
semi-structured and unstructured data, whereas Synapse will handle
No.
structured data.
Synapse will handle only structured. If data is unstructured,
Yeah.
go with the data lake. Data lake will support all varieties, right?
Also right. And one more question. Just scroll up a bit. You have said that processing can be done with Synapse if the data is used. So can that processing be done by ADF itself, or when we will use ADF to process?
ADF, there are two processes here. In the case of processes, number one, ADF, I will use row level transformations. Okay. That too for small volumes. Right.
ADF use any compute engine in the background?
Suppose, it has computing engine. Suppose summary reports you want to provide, like total sales, year-wise sales, such kind of summaries you want to do this. At the time, execute query by Synapse. So the summary kind of activities, ADF cannot perform. Okay. So all summaries, only row level transformations only row level transformations.
Suppose there is an unstructured data and I'm not sure like whether unstructured data can be read by Tableau or any other visualization tool here. So like we want to store the unstructured data, like the only option is data lake, right? So we are storing it in data lake. How can a visualization team access it, right? Only through Synapse it can connect, right?
Yes.
So like
even for the data lake, we have plugins also. Tableau has plugins.
Okay.
So like that way, separate additional third-party connectors they need to use if they want to connect with our lake.
So like using our Databricks, we can connect to Synapse and as well as data lake.
Yes.
Okay. Like one more question that I have is like since we are using Databricks has its own file system, right?
DBFS. Yes.
So like why we are going with Synapse and data, like we can store our files there itself and connect with Tableau, right?
Yes, we can.
But the performance might be there'll be degraded performance. Why we're just storing it in either Synapse or data lake? Any reason why we're going back again and storing it here? Like why not just DBFS?
So DBS again here third-party file system. Again, DBFS is running on top of a HDFS file system. Suppose your already existed warehouse purely on Hadoop, you want to process with the Databricks, then go ahead like that. But to maintain that on-premise clusters is very tough generally to the industry. That's why they are migrating to the cloud. It can be Azure Data Engineer product or it can be AWS Data Engineer product. Maybe by next year, Google Data Engineer product will also be popular. Already they have products.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Databricks is processing in massive parallel processing way, right, in the back end.
Yeah.
The similar way, Spark and MapReduce is also processing in the distributed computing, right? So
Yes.
what exactly the difference between the distributed computing and massively parallel processing?
MPP will use, MapReduce can use only in how many nodes your data is distributed in the parallel process. Only that many nodes only will be participating. Suppose your data is distributed into 100 nodes. Nodes means systems. Okay. So when you run a job, only these 100 machines only can participate into the execution. Understand? In case of Spark, in case of MPP, massive parallel process, for example, 1000 nodes are available in your cluster. 1000 nodes available. Your data distributed into 100 nodes. data distributed into 100 nodes. When you run job, okay, not only those 100 machines, how many machines on that moment are free, all the machines will be participating into the execution. So during runtime, data is distributed into different other nodes, and then the processing will be started. This is what basically the MPP is.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, miss, if we are running, suppose a deep learning model for the training of the data,
Yes.
and the model is like sequentially connected after one performance of other.
Yes.
Then which means if we are preferring any one specific what is a cluster,
yeah,
or one specific system for running it, then there will be a degradation in performance, right, sir?
Yeah.
Like suppose means whole data it cannot use, and if there is
Yes.
any return means reducing data, then model won't be generated. And
Yes.
how we can solve this problem using AWS, Azure, sir?
So whether it is Azure or AWS, it doesn't matter. Simply that is a cloud. How we have separate products for the data engineering. AWS is also having same kind of data engineering. For your question, answer is in Databricks, you have a solution called Spark ML Lib. You can guess what is the full form of ML Lib?
Machine learning library.
Machine learning library. Okay. Suppose there is an algorithm. Think that one easy algorithm, which is a decision tree algorithm. Whether it is a neural networks or deep neural networks, whatever it may be, just forget. Think that one algorithm is there. Generally, you are writing your machine learning algorithm with Python. So when execution will happen at a single machine. Understood? But same thing, same decision tree. If you execute with PySpark, okay, the execution will become parallel. The execution will be in the style of parallelism. Understood? According to that, the algorithm is defined here. On that way, the Spark MLib is helping you by providing the distributed libraries, distributed algorithms. The future of the data science is not triggering the algorithms, triggering distributed data science algorithms. Right?
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
You said that in Spark we have a massive parallel processing, right? And
Yes.
suppose we have 1,000 nodes, and how is the data distributed only to 100 nodes, and then the 1,000 nodes distribute data? I mean, I didn't get the distribution into the 100 nodes.
So actually, this question I can answer it, but very advanced level question, because the new guys will definitely fear about this. Okay, just just listen, because you touched it. That's why very briefly I will explain. In this way, think that you have 100 nodes in our cluster. Okay, your data is distributed into only 4 machines. When you load data, think that your data is divided into small chunks. That chunk is called block here. Think that your data is distributed into 4 machines. But when I run a job on this data, sir, please go to mute. When I run a job on this file data, okay, master will verify, the Spark master will verify how many nodes are available in this moment. If I think that these 4 nodes free, these 3 nodes also free. Okay, how much parallel process you want, you can choose how many parallel distributions you want, you can choose at the time of submitting a job. Suppose I said 7. Okay, so the data again, this small chunk is again divided into small partitions. These partitions, some of the partition might be distributed into this, some of the partition might be distributed into some other system, like this. On that way, the parallel process will be happening into the MPP.
So are we keeping a zookeeping system in between, like means to check the recorded session, or means to check what is the performance going on, and to back up?
Sir, I did not understand your question. Some noise generated here.
So like a zookeeping system is available in Hadoop, right, sir? So
Yes.
are we keeping the same thing in our Azure, like when the performance is going on, if something went wrong, anything, the zookeeping system will keep track of it?
Yeah.
Like because even AWS is run on a physical system only, right, sir?
Yes.
So there is a chance of the failure of the system.
Definitely.
So this happen, how we recover it, sir? Because once the data is distributed in different cluster, different system, then what output we'll get in which sequence, we should also have keep of tracking of it, right, sir? So if the main system fail, then our job may lost, right, sir?
Yes.
So that is automatically handled, right?
Actually, in Azure, everything, whatever the issues you said, everything is automated.
Just one more question.
Everything is automated, automatic backups, automatic replicas, everything will be there. Okay. Azure is giving you 100% guarantee of your data and infrastructure.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Yes, I have a very basic question in Synapses and Data Lake. So you said that Synapses will be used to store the data and retrieve for this structured data only. So it does it has the separate storage system apart from the Data Lake?
Which one? So you are asking about Synapse, right?
Yeah, Synapse, yeah.
Synapse, internally Synapse stores in the table, but what is the table backend file system? Azure is not announced.
Okay, so my question is, let's say if we store any unstructured data in a NoSQL table, so can we retrieve those information in using Synapse?
Yes, you can. You can, but in the middle you have to use ADF. Between Synapse and between NoSQL database, you have to use ADF.
So you are saying anything I need to retrieve or fetch anything or see anything in Synapse, I need to use ADF only.
Yes.
So Azure Synapse and then Azure data warehousing, we can feel it as both the same.
One minute, sir. Please go mute. Sir, you question Azure Warehouse and Azure Synapse. Azure Warehouse was the old one. After that, they modified the name as Azure Synapse. Okay.
So one more follow-up question. That
yeah, please.
Are we only considering the batch jobs with this ADF, using the Azure, or real-time jobs also possible?
Real-time jobs, if you want to perform, ADF is not suitable. To capture real-time streams, you have the product Azure Streaming. Azure Streaming product you have. Okay.
So one question.
Yeah, please.
Basically, there are two, like there is Databricks for Spark and there is Azure HT Insight. Actually, when do we use HT Insight? Because I've never seen HT Insight being used, but they do have a service for this.
So what your question, please? I did not understand.
So there are two services, like there's
some people
Azure.
Keep speaking, noise is coming. I'm not able to hear. Please go mute. Sorry, you repeat. Please repeat the question.
Sir, I'm saying basically there are two services, like there is Azure HT Insight, right?
Yes.
Which Azure has provided, and there is another is Databricks. So when how do we decide that when to use which service to use when? Because I haven't seen HT Insight
Don't use it.
Okay.
Now directly use. Whenever you need a file system, use Lake plus Analytics, Lake plus Databricks. That's it.
What is
Can someone unmute this, Krishna? That is background noise come from that.
I will repeat that question once again. People are not cooperating me, man. So noise keep increasing. That's why I muted again. Sir, we have for the clustering, you have two types of clusters in Azure. Very, very old one, when Hadoop came into the picture, Azure has taken one product called HD Insights. Okay. And after that, Databricks has released one separate framework for the Azure, that is called Azure Databricks. Now with the latest, directly you can keep your data into Data Lake and you can process the data into Databricks. No need to go for HD Insights. Okay, but still some of the existed data is available in HD Insights. Okay, already think that you have been using these big data clusters with name HD Insights, or else you have an on-premise Hadoop cluster is there. You want to migrate all on-premise Hadoop cluster data into your Azure cloud, then you can use HD Insights. Okay. So today only the basic discussion, and tomorrow onwards our training will be started. Like today also started. This is just introductory session. Tomorrow onwards we are entering into the components. So from basics onwards, like we will be dealing all the components. So please ask me the last few questions because of not repeated questions.
I have a question, sir.
I have a query.
What is the scope for this AAS, sir? Where is the scope for AAS? Azure Analytical Service.
Azure Analytical Service is coming with modern BI. Azure Analytical Service is coming with Azure BI. Again, now Azure is going to already launch the Azure BI. Okay. So there it will come into the picture.
What is the difference between Delta Lake and Data Lake? I'm sure Delta Lake is being used in Databricks. So I just want to know the difference.
Nothing with some high level faster to capture the faster streams. Okay. The Data Lake on top of Data Lake, which is next version to the Data Lake, you can say better word is next version to the Data Lake. Not only for
Like it's one
Databricks.
more abstraction, like one more file format you can say.
Yes.
So, which are the different programming language supported for ELT performance? Like only Python, or we can use also C++ and Java for it?
So currently
for
C++
creating
not
ETL files.
available. So you can go for Python. And
Okay,
also
sir.
it is
Only Python, or is there any other language also available? sir?
other languages also, like JavaScript also.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, how can we work on practically for Azure, like AWS? We can go and register. We can do that.
So please give me time in for that. Tomorrow I will explain that.
Okay.
So tomorrow I will
Sir, hello, sir. Can you just list down what all topics we will cover tomorrow? You will list it down.
Okay. So only for tomorrow coverage.
Okay. Okay.
Only
No
for
problem.
only for tomorrow or entire class?
No. I'm asking for the complete course. Means which all topics we will be covering.
Okay, already. So did you check my WhatsApp message yesterday? I announced 9 points.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
it's already
there.
all
See,
those
there
things.
are few guys like who has not been able to join the WhatsApp group. Actually, they are already saturated.
Okay.
So how can we get the updates on that?
No problem. I will create group, one more group. Don't worry. So meanwhile, so be in touch with my personal number. Okay.
Can I have your personal number, please?
Yes.
In that case?
Yes.
Can we use the Telegram instead? Like, because we can have all.
Yeah, that's what that I was supposed to ask you. Like, can we use Telegram?
Actually, I am not comfortable with the Telegram, sir. After little I practice with the Telegram groups, then we go for that. Okay, at least after 45 days.
Actually, it will helpful for two polls as well.
Okay. First, I do some basic practice with Telegram, because otherwise, if huge crowd entered, again controlling spam is very difficult for me. Okay.
Yeah.
So first, let me go with let me go with this one. Let me go with this one. After 4 to 5 days, we will plan for that. Huh? Meanwhile, I will do some basic practice.
One question from my end. So as a database engineer, we should have a knowledge on ETL and also one of the any basic programming knowledge, or after that any data warehouse or databases as well, right?
Only, sir, you come with this knowledge SQL with basic Python. Okay. SQL with Python. If you don't know that, I will give you separate plan. What exactly the plan tomorrow I will announce.
Yeah, it will be helpful for us if we have any other session as well for Python or PySpark.
So initially Python we will start. Okay, PySpark automatically in the Azure Data Engineer only you will be learning. You don't need to worry. You need not to join any special course like Hadoop. No need to join special course Spark. Okay. Everything here as a data engineer I will cover. Okay. And prerequisites I will cover in separate sessions.
Okay, so this training session will helpful to attempt the DP 203 as well, right?
Sir, my training is not based for certification
level. Yeah.
My training is for working.
Okay.
Okay. Certification is very easy. If you have 4 or 5 dumps, you will easily pass the certification. No need to learn the course also. Because I know a lot of Azure data engineers, but they don't know what is Azure data engineer, but they practice dumps and they pass the exam.
Yes, I agree.
So can you just tell what all the topics you will cover tomorrow so that we can revise something?
Yeah, nothing. Tomorrow, my target is first some basic practice with the SQL. Finally, data lake processing, data lake analytics. I will highlight. Data lake, not only storage, data lake analytics. We will see tomorrow. Okay.
You mean NewSQL, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's keep it as interactive as possible.
Yes.
So that yeah.
Always I'm ready for interaction, sir. But only I request you, please control the noise. That's it.
Sure.
Sir, I have a question. Can we the link today for tomorrow's session? Or this is the meeting?
Same meeting, sir.
Sir, I have a question. I just wanted to know that since I'm an absolute beginner, I just wanted to know that Azure platform is free to use or what it is.
So it is there is a option called free trial, but free trial is for only for 1 month.
Okay.
So you don't worry for that. Tomorrow I will give you the solution how to practice all these data bricks and everything.
Sir, like I am into Hadoop and Spark, and if I want to continue, I mean, how do I portray in the resume on this Azure if I learn?
You want to apply? You want to apply?
Job site.
You want to apply immediately? That is your question.
Not immediately. No, means how it will help for me. Like I mean, I am into Hadoop and Spark now as a data developer for that.
Already you are into Hadoop and Spark. Simple, sir. Don't be fan of any technology. Your current package is X, make it 3X. That's it. Okay.
Sriram, one question regarding.
Means Azure, it don't work. Help, sir. You mean this what we are learning?
It will help, man. Already you are into Hadoop and Spark, right? Convert into Azure Data Engineer. Convert your profile as Azure Data Engineer. Your current package will become 3X. Your X will become 3X.
Okay.
Okay, that is what I'm saying.
What time is the session tomorrow?
Pardon?
What time is the session tomorrow?
Same time, sir. Same morning by 7 we will connect. So
And also, Sriram, before wrapping up, can you please introduce yourself?
Sir, are you covering any machine learning concepts?
Yes, we have, but not complete machine learning, but how to use machine learning into the Spark, I will explain, because we have a library here, Spark ML lib is there. Okay. If you want complete machine learning, those videos already I dealt with so many batches on the machine learning. Those videos I will share you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you share those videos on WhatsApp?
Pardon, madam?
Sir, can you share those videos on WhatsApp, that machine learning thing, so that we get to know how we connect machine learning with Azure?
Yeah, everything I will share. Don't worry, everything already told you in the groups. Also, I messaged you to all the people. The message is, it is 100% free, means not complete 100% free, sir. It's not like after taking the class for 10 days, again, they are asking fees for that. It will not be like this. Free means free. Even I am promising you, including videos, everything will be free for you. Okay.
Sir, I have
you also help
example
with
for
resume
you.
writing? Preparation, interview preparation?
Sir, not getting voice.
No, I'm saying at the end of the course, do you do resume writing and interview prep?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Whatever the other helps you need, like we can do that one. Okay, we have a separate team for that.
Doing some practical implementation, do we need to take some subscription? Like my subscription got expired for trial 1 month.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow, like parallelly, we want some practical implementation.
Yes.
So how will you proceed with that? Like.
So please give me time till tomorrow end of class. By tomorrow end of class, I will explain the solution for that.
Shivram, within 3 months. How can I 3 months it will get connected?
Pardon? Hello.
Shriram, I have one question here.
Please.
Basically, in PyCharm, right? I mean, in other than if we come out of Databricks, what we do, we write the code in PyCharm and we push to GitHub and we'll run this in using Spark submit job. And what in case of Databricks, like in real-time scenario, how they handle this data?
Same kind of model.
Okay, even
I have an extension question to the same one.
Yeah.
When we are processing the queries, so we have discussed 2 different approaches. One is where we discussed Power BI is giving us a bad performance. Then the second approach is we are letting the synapses database runner queries. The other approach is to have Databricks run the query, save the pre-processed results in Synapses, and then let Power BI run it.
Yes.
So in that case, for users, the starting point is going to be Power BI only. So are we pre-processing every single query and storing the intermediate result, or there is a parser which converts the queries from one system to the other and let the results flow through?
So that is what exactly the pipelining is.
Okay.
So, but for the pipelining, for the intermediate data also, we will be keeping into separate files in the same storage.
But is it real time or is it pre-processed, all these queries?
Pre-process.
Okay.
Suppose
so basically
the results you want to make available to the real-time online systems. At that time, write the results into target NoSQL databases. If volume is big.
So okay, so based on the chart that we discussed, sales for 3 years. So if the company has 20-year sales data, basically we are pre-processing sales for every single year and storing it in a kind of a temp table.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say the table name is summary. So write all the results, process it with Databricks, write the results into summary. Directly Power BI will connect with the summary table.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
So can we keep track of the data flow in the model? Like if we are taking a example of decision tree, so if we give a new data and client want to know means how the data has been processed, can we keep a track of the data which is flowing?
Yes, you can.
Azure.
Yes, you can. In Azure, separate solution is there for this. Instead of using Spark MLlib, even Azure has Azure machine learning product.
Sir, do you cover the Spark basics in this course itself, or do we have a separate batches for that?
No, in this course only.
The basics of Spark and
before entering into the PySpark, first we will cover Hadoop architecture, then we will cover Spark architecture, then we will cover comparison with other data processing parallel systems, and then finally we are coming into Databricks with Spark.
Thank you.
Yes. Sir, I'm a fresher graduate. Can I continue with the session? Because I may not know many things. That's why I'm asking.
No worries, no worries. Don't fear by the people interaction. All these people are, I think, more than 10+ years experience. Okay. So I promise you tomorrow onwards, these people will not make you fear. Okay.
Sir, I just have one question. So like data warehouse design is there, right? Not everyone get a chance to do it. Do you are you covering here, or do you have any separate batch for it? Because
suppose if you are new to the warehouse models and warehouse schemas, okay, here we have the subject called Synapse.
Yeah.
Okay. So before entering into Synapse, I will cover basic models, basic schemas of a data warehouse. Okay.
Because because theory we know, but implementation is different, right?
Yes. That
because all the facts and dimension designing, that part we have not got any exposure.
We will implement that with Synapse. Okay.
Sir, what are the different classes available, sir?
So currently, currently this batch, sir. Okay, by tomorrow I will give solution for prerequisites. If you don't know prerequisites like SQL, Python, we will plan tomorrow. I will give separate timings for that.
Okay, sir. And can we join more than one batch at a time? Like suppose this is the prerequisite, we can join and we can do both parallelly.
Yes, you can.
Okay, sir.
After attending... So Shivram, do we need to install any software kind of thing going forward, or how is it?
No need.
Not required. It's everything available online, no?
Online only.
Sir, one more thing. Is there any way that you are going to teach us in any apart from the weekend? Like
let me go with this weekend for coming 4 months, sir. Not 4 months, 4 weeks. After that, we will plan. Meanwhile, we will gather a few more people and we will plan a regular batch also.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Going forward, are we going to be giving assignments, or are we going to be doing any projects apart from what you demonstrate in class?
Yeah. So after completion of the class, okay, Saturday, Sunday, let's dedicate only for the class. Okay. And in Monday to Friday, after completion of Sunday class, I will give you some assignments. You just simply perform those assignments, and after that, just send me email. The processed code, you just send me the email. I will verify that.
All right.
My question is that I am new to this process and I don't know much about all that terms. So from where I got these notes or something so that I can read and prepare myself the terms you used here, the basic notes which you have told.
Simply go for docs.microsoft.
Docs.microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a bunch of material, and our daily classes tomorrow onwards, our technical part will be started. Every session will be recorded. That recorded will be shared to you.
Will this course be enough to crack interviews? Just like, please don't take it wrong. Like, just want to know that will it be enough to crack interviews or switch
Sir,
job profiles?
generally, I don't have respect on certification and interview FAQs, sir. Point number one. Okay. The reason, if it is certification, if you have 4 dumps, you can get certified. Okay. And one more thing, there are a lot of persons who doesn't know what is subject, but they will be keep attending interviews of the Azure data engineer. Total interview questions will be maximum 150 to 200 interview questions. Okay. If you attend those 150 questions, easily you will crack that interview. But once you get into the industry to work with real-time data pipelines, you need a good enough subject. So that third phase I will give you, automatically you will crack second phase, which is interview. Automatically you will crack, which is first phase, which is certification. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Is certification mandatory? Means actually we get the sufficient knowledge and we show the company means how we are worthful, how we can work. Isn't that sufficient, or we require mandatory certification for Azure or AWS?
It's not mandatory, but if you are certified, priority will be more for you.
Okay, sir.
Priority will
Hello,
be more
sir.
for you. Yes, madam.
Thank you for this initiative.
Thank you.
And I also want to know whether there is any batches going for AWS.
Currently not, but very soon we will plan. Currently not. Currently with only Azure data engineer. Okay, and a prerequisites Python and SQL, like that.
Sir,
I wanted to know if how is this Azure different from AWS?
Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, same question from my end as well. Maybe I missed.
So please wait till tomorrow end.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, we want your LinkedIn profile so we can connect you.
Madam, you previously asked me something after that kind of disconnected. Hello.
Sir, I have a doubt. So
Okay.
I'm working on Informatica and Teradata.
Okay.
So I work with the structured data. So every company is now trying to migrate to cloud. So is it okay just to migrate the Teradata into the cloud and run with the Teradata? Or,
No. That is not recommended. Completely migrate by leaving the Teradata and go with a Hadoop or Spark kind of system in the cloud. But don't try to migrate to Teradata because that is very, very costly processing weapon.
Sir, actually, we are currently doing Teradata to Snowflake migration, sir. One of the project I'm working.
Yeah.
So how will be the Snowflake, sir, in future? Like any some
going to Rock
on Snowflake?
Yes.
Sir,
actually, yeah, the thing which
one
he has
second.
used.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Can you just tell me something about Snowflake? Because I'm thinking the career to start with Snowflake, or should I continue with Hadoop? Because I am into Hadoop, but unfortunately, I got the opportunity to work with the migration project from Teradata to Snowflake.
Can I say one statement to you?
Yes, sir.
In Hadoop, you have different distributed architectures out there.
Yes.
Suppose you take core Hadoop architecture. Hadoop has 100 goodness, that means 100 good points, plus points, and some 30 minus points. Okay. And for that, again, Spark came into the picture, Spark cluster.
Yes.
Spark has 90 good points and 10 bad points.
Yes.
Come to the Kafka, distributed streaming system.
Yes.
It has 95 plus points and 5 bad points. Snowflake is a integrated set of all goodness of all these 3 architectures.
Okay.
Understand? That means it took the goodness from Hadoop, it took and it left the badness, and it took the goodness from Spark, it took the goodness from Kafka, and integrated all the things as a single product.
Okay.
Okay.
So regarding
For Snowflake, we need any programming language, sir?
SQL we require.
SQL required, Python required. Again, Spark will come into the picture for a lot of other processes.
JavaScript as well, right?
Do you have any batch of Snowflakes, or are you training any Snowflake?
Yes, very soon the good news will be announced.
Wow, super, sir. I'm eagerly waiting.
Very soon the good news will be announced. Actually, yesterday
I will the first person to join, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. One question from my side.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
actually, I'm working on Snowflake and Informatica.
Okay.
But I don't know to become a good data engineer, what are the skills I should, complete, or what should the skills I should enhance for my career growth?
Yeah, so everything fine, everything is okay for you. Additionally, have the techniques of big data storage and big data processing techniques. That means additionally acquire the skill of Databricks with the Spark.
Okay, sir. Like, is this training will give kind of a enhance in my skills also, huh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir, all of you. Thank you very much. So
Thank you.
little tired, and tomorrow onwards, actually our training will be started technical.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. Actually, I was working on a project which is concerned with the whole privacy and the limitation of database. So if I'm storing the database in Azure, is it secure, sir? Because thing is, the company holds scope is on privacy.
Yeah, if it is privacy, definitely they will not come to point number one. They will not come to the cloud.
Yeah, that's why. But the thing is that the data has been right now it moved from 100 GB to right now it's went to 1 TB within 4 months.
Okay.
And we are expecting within next 6 months it will go beyond 50 TB. So means if
definitely they cannot maintain on-premise data centers for that much of huge volume
that's
of
why I'm
data.
asking if we are moving for the cloud in Azure. Suppose we move to Azure.
Okay.
So do we have to write our own integrated security system, or Azure can provide us the integrated security system?
Azure will provide it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And thank you, sir, for the session.
Shivram, thank you. Tomorrow, same link, or will be
Yes. It will be same link, same timing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.